All right, hi everyone. We are here for another ACL director session. Today we're going to cover P.E.P and D.E.P. So our player engagement points and director engagement points. Let's see here. All right, I see a couple of you are coming on. Just going to give you guys about a minute or so. We'll go ahead and get started running through some of the slides. All right, perfect. Good afternoon, Russell. All right, so we'll give everyone about a minute or so, kind of get a few more people in here. We have about 12 so far. All right, perfect. So it looks as though we have a couple of you already in here just so we can kind of get started. We'll roll through it again. Everything here is pre-recorded, so you can always watch back if you miss anything at all. So again, this is the ACL director session. We're going to go through the player engagement points and director engagement points. As we usually like to start, we like to start off with a nice little quote. So I did find one online that was kind of registered to what we're doing with the engagement points for both players and directors. So it says, give them the vision, not the task, and the job will be done effectively. That is by Nitin Namdeo. Kind of a little bit of something that this has been something that's been in the works for quite a few months, building up a program that does give back to the players, the community, directors, especially the ones who just really have that vision for, what cornhole is going to be for the future, what it's going to look like. And I think everyone, especially in this particular call and just all the players in general, are really excited to see where the sport is going to grow. And this is just another stepping stone to that. So it's definitely a vision that the ACL had, the team had, and, kind of, figuring out ways to make it, as effective as possible for players. So we'll kind of roll through a couple of items that most of you already know if you reviewed the director portal, the director guide. It has a player engagement program listed in there as well as the player guide. So players can earn player engagement points at each event. All the details, again, are in the player's guide. So for every local event, player earns 1 point, 2 points for every regional event, 3 for state and provincial events, 4 points for every open event. And then if they do the 8 events a month, their bonus points are now 5 bonus points towards the player engagement program. So again, that's one of those little differences that we did change, where instead of players receiving those bonus points that goes towards their actual standings, we shifted that mindset over to where they can now use that towards their engagement points. Now, a handful of you have already taken a look at what this looks like, but I just wanted to make sure that we were all kind of looking at everything and we were all on the same page. So again, right over here, it's the exact same graphic that we have for the play to earn points. This is what the players do get to see. And then the engagement point levels along with how many points they need in order to achieve those levels. One of the things that I wanted to go through with everyone is kind of the reasoning behind each individual level. What does it mean? How do you explain it to players in a positive way? So level 1 is just player acknowledgement. They get that congratulations message from an ACL pro, just a little something to kind of show them that, hey, we see you, great job. You've achieved a milestone. So that's level number 1. Level 2, it continues to motivate players to keep attending your events. So they do get an entry into an ACL apparel giveaway. That is at level 2 at 50 points, incredibly achievable. But it does kind of give them that little bit of extra encouragement to want to keep going, keep attending your events, which is what we want to do, is to continue motivating players to attend all of your events that you do locally, regionally, and statewide. So this is kind of that little bit of the bug that they can get if they want to continue to the next one. Level 3. Higher participation at events as players strive for better equipment. So for this one, entry into a bag giveaway. All of these players at every level, so including your players who maybe are that club level, they just attend a ton of events, and lots of these players continue to keep on going. This is a motivation for them to say, hey, you know what, you can be entered into this raffle. Maybe you're going to win a set of bags. So that kind of gives them an idea as to different type of equipment, maybe a different bag that they've never used before, and just providing them maybe an upgraded bag. Maybe they've had, a set of bags. They've been waiting to figure out when they want to purchase another set. They end up winning and they get a set of bags delivered right to their door. So it's another level of excitement for them that also provides them, with value for that additional equipment that they would use. Level 4. It gives players additional value that they can use to improve their game. So 20% off coupon at the shop.iplayacl.com website. Now, the same way that it is now, it is linked with your account. So when you go in and you log into shop, it's actually linked towards your player account, and that's how all of those players are going to get tagged for that percentage discount. So once they receive it, it'll just be activated on the back end. So it's going to be there readily available for them to use, which is super exciting. They can get gear, they can get, a couple of merchandise items, whatever it is that they feel that they want that is on the website. So that's really exciting. Now, once we start getting into those higher levels, like level 5, it does progressively become a little bit more, not necessarily difficult, but those are the ones who are truly, they're constant. They're always playing, and this gives them a pretty cool deal, which I'm most excited for. It inspires players to aim higher, improving quality of competition at your events. So once they hit level 5, they get an entry into a $5,000 tournament that we will hold at Worlds. That's pretty exciting, especially for those who like to travel to Worlds. A lot of players just go no matter what level they are. They just want that experience of what does the World Championship entail, all of the broadcast events. So they get a ton of things to look forward to, but also being entered into a tournament just for participating in all of our local events, regional events, state events, and just by showing up, which is kind of what we want to make sure that we, let players know showing up is also something that's important and it's good for them as well. At our next level is level 6. Players will earn an ACL jersey. What's pretty cool about this is players then become walking ambassadors of the program. They promote future participation. Somebody earns a jersey, they're going to say, where did you get that jersey? How did you get that jersey? And they just said, I just played cornhole. I showed up. I went to my local club. I went and visited, one of my directors. I went somewhere. I earned enough points and I was able to get a jersey. So it's something pretty exciting. And as I think most of us know, once one player or one person has something that nobody else has, everyone around them wants to earn or achieve something similar to that. So that's incredibly exciting for it. Now, as we start progressing higher and higher into the levels, like level 7, these start becoming more of those more prestigious rewards. These are going to draw some of your top level players, those high participation level players. It increases competitiveness at your events because now at this point, they can win a VIP dinner with ACL pros and leaderships at ACL World Championships. So not only do they get an entry into a 5K tournament at Worlds, they also have an awesome jersey that they can rock at Worlds, and they also get a nice dinner that they get to enjoy with some pros, some leadership in the community. So it's pretty cool to see. Then ultimately at the very end, it still keeps the top level players engaged and the top participators engaged while raising the profile of your tournament. So on top of this, they can earn a set of ACL Pro boards. So all of this that is put together for the player engagement is to 100% benefit the players in order to provide something back into the community, give them something to look forward to, but it also provides directors an additional, item to say, hey, just by showing up to my event, maybe you don't feel like you're the number one player. Maybe you don't feel like, you traveled all these events to, be number one or to be the best. But here's an additional something that we're providing to the table in order to say, thank you for coming. We see you. We hear you, and we are so happy that you're here. And thank you just for, you know, supporting us. And that's not just the ACL in general, but directors as a whole. So just participating in growing the sport. So that's kind of a bit of the basis of why the engagement program was set up for the players, is just a huge thank you to all of them. Now for the directors, this is the exciting one. So the director engagement program, for the points, it's designed to provide incentives and rewards to ACL directors for actively organizing and managing cornhole events. The program aims to encourage directors to host more events, increase that player participation, and effectively utilize the bag tracker scoring software. Points are awarded based on 3 main criteria items: the number of events completed, player attendance, and the number of rounds played using bag tracker. So to give you all a little bit of a breakdown on what that looks like, we do also now have the points table in our director's guide. So if you looked at it and it wasn't there quite yet, it is actually in there right now. So this is what it looks like. So you have your bag tracker rounds, 0.01 per round, tournament players, 0.5 per player, and overall tournaments completed. That's 5 points per event. Now, if you run a standard event per week where you have either a round robin, a swap portion, rounders, any of those, that counts as 1 event. Then bracket play is a secondary event. So you don't just get 5 points per each individual day. You get it based off of the number of events that you run. So a regular standard local night, you can actively earn 10 points just for that one night. So I just wanted to make sure that that was clarified in there, that it is based off of each individual completed event. So breaking down a little bit of these items here, as it can look a little bit daunting, I did receive a couple of messages asking about, you know, each individual, how the points work and what that looks like. So right in here, we have 10 levels for directors as opposed to the 8 for the players. So again, level 1, just to kind of break down a little bit of what each level means. Level 1, recognizing your contributions as a director. So again, we see you. We're so glad. We're excited that you reached that first level, which means that you're, you know, progressing. You're creating some games. That means you're engaging the community. You are bringing people together. You are building something that is exciting for players to just get together and organizing these. So that's incredible. So you do get a congratulations message from an ACL pro, similar to what the players are going to receive, but it is something that you'll get as a, you're doing it, great job. Level 2, gain visibility and recognition on ACL's director page. So once you reach level 2, you're going to get a pretty cool post that's going to showcase, hey, this director made level 2. What's great about this is we're going to showcase each and every single one of you who make this level. What's exciting is now it gives other directors who are maybe right on that line of the level 1, or other directors can say, oh my gosh, I don't know who that is. And we're kind of, you know, introducing each other, to our own community. We have a lot of new directors. We have lots of seasoned directors. So this is a great way to showcase what you're all doing in your areas, and just to kind of make sure that, you know, you also see, we see you, we recognize you, and we're really excited that you're progressing as well as a director. Level 3, get a chance to win a high quality set of ACL cornhole bags. So some directors play, some directors don't, but this is a great incentive for you, where you can receive some brand new bags. Maybe it's bags that you've never thrown before. Maybe they end up being your favorite and you never know, but it is a way to just say thank you for, you know, making it to that next level, and, you know, making sure that you do get into that entry for a bag giveaway. Next one is receiving a discount on official ACL merchandise and gear. That's level 4. Those of you who, you know, like to visit the ACL shop, or maybe you haven't been to one of our opens or one of our larger events where you actually get to go to the merch booth, you will receive a 25% off code for the shop.iplayacl.com. Very, very similar to the players. It is tagged with your account. So it's the same email and everything that you would use, and it would just automatically come off, is how you would receive that. Next one that we have is level number 5. That is the ACL flag.
So you would receive an official ACL flag that will also showcase your director status. They are available. It's, sorry, moving this way. So you do get an ACL flag. You can use that at your events. You can hang it in your office. You can hang it anywhere that your heart's desire, but just somewhere to show, hey, I earned this, I received it, and it will get shipped to you right in the mail once you receive that level. Level number 6, receive an official ACL director jersey to wear proudly at your events. So once you start hitting level 6, that's kind of that, a little bit past that midway point, but it's super exciting. I don't know if any of you have actually gotten a chance to take a look at the jerseys. They're really, really cool. A lot of directors do have them. A lot of conference directors ended up purchasing them. They do kind of showcase the level of director that you are, and it's really exciting to see. And what's neat is if you go to an event and someone sees you with a jersey, they're like, hey, you're a director, where are you from? And that kind of brings up dialogue. Maybe you wear the jersey and you just go somewhere out in public. It provides that additional dialogue to bring the community in and explain to them with what you're doing. So that's exciting. Level 7, you get an exclusive ACL branded Zuka backpack to carry your gear to events. I am incredibly, incredibly excited for level 7 because I personally also have one of the ACL backpacks, and it is incredible. It fits all of my items that I need, even for, going to some of the opens or events. You can put bags in it. You can use the Zuka pouches to put all of your cords in. It's got a lot of really, really cool features to it. So the Zuka backpack is a pretty cool item to have, and you do get that when you reach level 7. Level number 8. So enjoy waived director fees for the next season as a reward for your efforts. So level 8, again, it does progressively get a little bit tougher to earn those points, but they're definitely still manageable to earn. What's exciting is then you do receive you do get your director fees for the upcoming season waived. So we will cover those director fees for you for that membership. Level 9. Attend a special VIP dinner with ACL leadership and or professional players at a major event. So very similar to what the players do receive at that level, you do also receive the same dinner with leadership or with some of the pros as well, and that is at Worlds. And then level number 10, as I saw a couple of you make some comments about that, but a couple of folks talked about pro boards. So you do actually earn your own set of official ACL pro boards, recognizing you as one of the top tier contributors as a director. That is at that level 10. So that's incredibly exciting. One of the things that someone did ask is, let's say I reach a level 7, does that roll into the season afterwards? We would all restart back at the next season, so it doesn't roll over into the following season. So everyone starts back, and then we all earn our way back. But what is exciting is that, there could potentially be changes in the future for those levels, or even if they stay the same, you then can earn those items again. And it'd be pretty cool to win a set of boards every year. So that's a pretty good incentive right there. All right. Now right here, social media and communication. So one of the things that I highly recommend and I strongly encourage is social media. Communicate with your players. Do as much as you can to actively promote the player engagement program. So share the tables consistently. Even give shout outs to players who reach goals. If you notice that some of your players have reached those goals, please make sure that you give them a shout out, encourage them, encourage others, provide something even at your local level to kind of give them that encouragement. Monthly excitement for players. Best example I can give is in Arizona. The first day of every month, I share these are our top 32 actively for this month that are working their way towards being a part of the Copper Club. I also provide this is, where the points come from, the state standings, tell them when all the regionals are happening at the, throughout the month. And this is also a good opportunity to say, also, don't forget, those of you who are close, earn those, incentive points, see what you can do,
to potentially get to the next level. And you can even use it as a talking topic. What level is everybody at? What do you need to do to get there? What can I do as a director, to provide you all with that support? And so it makes it exciting and provides a lot of, feedback and communication with players. And then, of course, directors can cheer each other on when goals are met. So if you see a director who posts something that says, I made it to level 1, I made it to level 2, whatever the case is, a lot of folks do love to add these items publicly as well. And so with that, we can still cheer each other on. We're each other's champions. We all want to see each other grow and do well, because the more we're growing, the more the sport is growing, and the more active the players can engage in the sport and just enjoy everything that we're doing as a whole. So a quick summary, the player engagement points, it keeps players engaged throughout the season. It provides a community of care to serve, equip, and support the player ecosystem. Our director engagement points, it provides director recognition, tangible rewards, motivation to host more events. So continue to host more events. Maybe you can get more days out of it, or maybe you can run multiple events, throughout the week. And then, of course, every single one of you in your own way is always actively contributing to the growth of the ACL community. So this is a way that you can branch out, provide that community support, but you're also actively a huge part of contributing to the growth of what we're trying to achieve as the ACL as a whole. And it takes all of us. It takes the players, it takes the directors, and just a little bit of everyone for that. Now that was a lot of talking, and pretty quickly got that rolled out in about 22 minutes. So does anybody have any questions that you have about the program itself, or anything that I might have missed or covered, or something that you need to see again? Where is court 79? I'm not sure where court 79 is, Corey. Let's see, Johnny Torres, good afternoon. I'm just looking back at some of these items. All right, so Johnny Torres said, when are the club sites going to go live? So the club sites are actively being worked on. We're hoping that they're going to be ready to get rolled out. Yes. Sorry, so for the club sites themselves, they are actively being worked on. We'll go ahead and post a little bit of a timeline once we get with that group to get that information out to you all. Right now, we're mainly focusing on the player memberships, making sure all of that's ready to rock and roll and getting everyone squared away for the upcoming season, but we will get a timeline. So I will make a note to that and we'll get that provided. Great question, Johnny. ACL events. Can we get these lists in a printable format? Yes, we can get all of these lists in a printable format. I'll actually drop the entire PowerPoint in there, and so everyone can get them printed. I can also convert them over to a Google Doc as well, and then we can get those printed out, or see if we can make something a little bit prettier that you guys can use and share if that's something that you're looking for. Printable would be great. Yep, perfect. That's good. Does a player need to have a paid, let me put that up here. Does the player need to have a paid membership to receive player engagement points? Yes, they do need to have some type of paid membership in order to receive those points. Now, if they do have that paid membership, they're looking at the club level membership, so they can still do that monthly or that yearly fee. Will there be a tutorial for us to set, will there be a tutorial for us to set up our custom director pages? So the director pages themselves are going to be created for you, but we'll get the information. And Michael's actually going to be one who's going to provide all of that information to everyone. He'll get everyone all ready to rock and roll. He's got a couple videos and things in the works. So he'll go ahead and post when that's going to be ready and available. Next question, Johnny. Will our club pages be branded with our club logo? Yes, you will have the option to have your club logo. It will be associated, I believe, with your player profile, but that's something that Michael's going to go over in a future video where he'll explain all of the ins and outs of what that's going to look like. Great question. Let me see. Make sure I didn't miss. anything in here. Perfect. Those are great questions, everyone. So I'll give everyone just a few more minutes if anything else comes up. Let's see. Are you in trouble? Blink twice. Yes, I'm 100% in trouble. No, that's a silly question. No, not in trouble. But yeah, so all of that information, again, we're going to get all of this out to everybody. So you all have it. Will state regional directors who are asked to help with an open get D.E.P. State or regional directors who are asked to help with an open get D.E.P. As of right now, no, we don't have that in place right now for any of the directors who help with the open. All of the open is under our main director account for the opens. Those are specific to the open formats themselves, but the directors can still earn all of those points for their local, regional, and or state events. Great question, Suzanne. Okay. All right, perfect. I'm just going to write a couple of notes here to make sure that we get everything out in printable format. Okay. All right, so I wrote that note down. Good job. Thank you, Jamie. All right, awesome. So all of this is also going to be available to rewatch. So in case you guys have any other questions or maybe missed something, I'm also going to drop the link for the full slide so that all of you can take a look at it as well. And I'll work on getting a document created that has all of the details in there also. All right, but it looks as though that about wraps it up. Any other questions, just drop them in our directors group. But other than that, just thank you all again for everything that you all do. We're super excited. I hope you guys are equally excited for this engagement plan as all of us are. Again, any questions, just make sure that you're constantly reaching out. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the week. If any of you have any events happening today or tomorrow, I hope you guys have a wonderful time running those as well. So take care, everyone, and thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.